Yo, what's good, y'all? Another video, another reaction. Today we're reacting to Noto content again, and it's speaking on. Let's see what it's speaking on. I should have already escaped this shit. My bad, y'all. Technical difficulties. Man explains why your height doesn't matter when it comes to getting women. Which shit, I feel like a lot of guys should understand that by the age of nigga, like when you in high school. Well, I ain't gonna lie, because that's when y'all motherfuckers getting puberty. So it's like a whole bunch of external things that y'all worried about. But internally, on the inside, when you know you that nigga, and then you have the base level of body game to add to that. Like internally, you know you that nigga, but then you add body game to that externally. The internal, you know you him, but on the external, when you put the body game into work, it shows that you that nigga, right? So you got two of those things going for you. I mean, it's not hard to get women. And this is where this nigga's gonna break this shit down. Height don't matter. That's external. Let's get into this shit, y'all.
And other men just feel like it's over because you're not tall. So let's listen to what he got to say, and we gonna come back and reflect.
The media trick men into believing that height matters. It doesn't. Your height doesn't matter. You might get more women at your height. You might get more interest at your height. But in reality, your height doesn't matter. Social media height matters. Like when you get on these platforms and you say you 6'4", 6'5", 6'3", women will gravitate to your DMs, your personal messages. They hit you up in the comments. They'll leave hard eyes. They even probably send you some provocative pictures. But in real life, when you come out here and you actually touch grass, you actually let the sun.
Hey, give me 2 seconds, y'all. Back, way back.
Hit your face, you actually interact with people and have amazing social skills, and you actually take this phone and put it in your pocket and start people watching and start interacting, you will see that people that's 5'5" get women. That people that's 5'5", 5'3" get women. Seriously. I seen it with my own eyes.
I've seen it with my own eyes too. We all have seen it. Hold on, no, we all have seen it with our own eyes, brother. All of us, nigga. You, Noto, me, because we are in this epidemic in the world where 2026, I believe, I know 50% of motherfuckers is out of shape. So just seeing lean niggas, probably with no muscle mass, is just like, oh shit, this nigga is a movie star. I'm telling you, you get your body in shape in this day and age, you will be presented like a movie star without even trying, just by lowering your caloric intake, my nigga.
Brain rot after brain rot after brain rot, and then you're listening to women.
If you're so profitable, why do you sell a course? Well, you know what? Here you go.
My bad, y'all. Ads. God damn it.
I'm giving it away. We have like 6 different courses in here.
Get away, go away.
That made me a full-time trader.
Oh, no, we good.
They don't have no man that's over 6 foot. They never had a man over 6 foot. I've told plenty of stories about women denying me for my height, and that will never make me upset, because in my mind, when people make decisions, I think that they understand the odds of what they're saying. Like only like women like men at 6 foot and above, right? Only 14% of the population is 6 foot or above. So I think when women say that and they like that, oh, they understand that they're gonna have to compete with a large amount of women for that small percentage of men.
Exactly. Yes, that's a great point. And see, I know what he's doing right now. I know what he's doing. He knows that they have to think like they should be thinking like that, but most of them do not think like that. So because he's saying they should obviously think like that, because he's doing that because he knows most of them aren't thinking like that. They're not thinking like that. They just want what they want, and they do follow the leader as well. Some will want what they want, and the others just follow suit to where they all want the same motherfucker, right? When it comes to the online shit, and I ain't gonna lie, when you attractive motherfucker, the online shit ain't hard, nigga. I could show you all my DMs, I could show you all my messages and shit through all my little dating apps. It's shit light work. It's easy, bro. It's not hard. But universally, if you attractive man, you can get DMs outside, nigga, at your job, walking your dog. You're gonna get attention. It just is what it is. Most men don't want to hear that. Oh, that's fruity, y'all. You want to get attention? No, it just happens to us, nigga, because we put the work in, my nigga. This nigga is smart about what he's trying to do. He's trying to portray that most women should see it this way, so that they understand their odds and their chances of getting the man that they want. If you want a man over 6 foot, that's a 14% chance. Then you got to cut that shit down. What race do you want? How much money does he have to have? Is he still with his mother? Does he love his mother or father? Does he hate dogs? Like, it's just so much of bullshit added to it to where it's gonna be a 1% nigga that you never see.
And myself being a advocate for polygamy, I am okay with that. That does not hurt my feelings. But I think what a lot of men get in tune with is that when they hear things on social media, they're so combative, like, oh no, fight against it, you're wrong. And they try to save the woman for her bad decisions. Instead of letting people fall on their face and understanding what's going on, they try to save them. You shouldn't do that. That puts more stress on you. And that's why I say height doesn't matter. Because I have an understanding of what those women are saying, even if they don't. And I know some of them don't. And that's okay, because I'm not about to give them an example. I'm not about to give them the lesson. I'm going to let the best teacher in the world give it to them. And that's life. That's proof. So fellas, when she deny you for your height, go on about your business. Don't be butthurt and don't be bitter. Understand. You need to understand that she understands. And if she don't, life will teach her.
Bro, like, I like the way he put that, bro. And I like the fact that he acknowledges the fact that height does play a part in it, and that a lot of women do gravitate toward height. We're not saying that height
Yeah, we're
doesn't
not.
matter in that regard. It just doesn't matter to the point where it's not going to be over for you if you don't meet that height requirement.
Exactly what Noto just said. Yeah, because I don't want to make it misconstrued. Like, because nigga, if you fucking 6'5" walking outside and shit, and and then you got body game on top, and nigga, hell yeah, nigga, you just stand there, nigga. If you got your body game on right, on fleek, nigga, and you 6'5" plus, nigga, you just stand there and you at a beach, shirt off, just chilling, nigga. What do you mean you're gonna get approached, my nigga? You're gonna get approached by girls. It is what it is. Because it happens to me. So if it happens to me, why wouldn't it happen to a nigga taller than me? I'm like 5'11", 6 foot in shoes. I'm gonna give myself 5'11" though. So I'm under 6'2". Basically, like, let's do that. Let's do it this way. I'm under 6'2". Any nigga over 6'2" with my body will any nigga, if I give my body to a nigga that's 6'2", the average 6'2" nigga, he can stand out in the beach right now and just be chilling. And he gonna get attention. Guaranteed. But for you to be a 6'5" nigga out of shape, you still gonna get attention. Because the height does play a part. It does. It just doesn't matter. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand the difference? It plays a part, but it doesn't truly matter, bro. But go ahead, Noto.
That's what we're really getting down to. And especially if you're an attractive man, height damn sure don't matter. Height does not matter. I've seen this so much in person. I've seen this in college. I've seen short football players that women was going over, like gawking over the tall basketball players, bro. Like, I've seen that so many times. This is a short guy. I will never forget. I always tell you guys he was a cute dog. And it wasn't just because of his status and all that stuff, because he was one of the low key ones. He wasn't even the one that was out there strolling the most and none of that stuff. And before he even became a cute dog, the women was already like,
my sound was too quiet, even at 100%.
God damn it,
Then I found Volume X. It boosts volume up
I'm
to
bad, y'all. This shit's
600%.
some bullshit.
Yes, you can really hear the
Should
difference.
I just pay for his account?
For shows.
I'm gonna be doing this shit a lot.
Trying to talk to him. I could tell he was an objectively attractive man, but the man about like he had a really good physique. I ain't gonna never forget my short homie, bro. I ain't gonna call his name, but yeah, I remember him. And he used to get the girls all the time, bro. Like I'm telling you, this man was like, I guarantee you, he had to be around like 5'5". I'm telling you about one of the shortest guys on campus. But girls was on him, bro. On him. He was social. He didn't have to be over performative. They were like, oh yeah, look at that body, look at the muscles and all. They was always saying stuff like that all the time. In the midst of being around tall guys. I've told you guys this, man. Like it just doesn't matter, bro. The height doesn't matter necessarily for you. Stop worrying about the tall guy over here. Because if you're the man, you're worrying about this is why I tell you to get your base form strong and that way that and then go out and have your own experiences. That way you can prove it to yourself and you be as confident in yourself. So you don't care about who else is around you. You appreciate who you are and what you bring to the table. You appreciate your own presentation. We are aware that women do find height attractive. We're not going to sit there and be like, oh, it doesn't matter at all. We know it matters. It plays a part. But if it's something that you can't control, you got to work with what you got. You ain't worried about if a girl deny you and go talk to this tall guy. It doesn't matter. Remember those experiences that you had. That's why I tell you go out and have your own experiences. Okay, yeah, women still pick choose on me even with these guys around. So you're gonna have to have that too. You gotta be in the midst of the battlefield and even with them not around, but understand that you still got your own aura. That's why I say build the base form because you got your own aura. So it's gonna be times when even when the tall guys around, they still gonna choose on you even with him around. So don't let women preference shame. That's why I call it preference shaming, just because you're not their specific preference. And they be like, well, I want these guys that this tall. And you might come across an environment where women heavily favor men that are that tall. And then you're chronically online as well. And you think, oh, all women want guys that are like 6 foot 2, 3, 4, and all that stuff, which is bullshit and tell the truth, especially when you're looking in the real world. Just like he said, you go in the real world and start seeing guys that's 5'5", 5'6", pulling women in the midst of these tall guys and all this other stuff like that. I'm 5'8", and I'm pulling women in front of tall guys. I told you guys, I had a woman literally come over there, fill on my chest. It was 3 tall guys sitting there with chains on their neck. And she sat there and started bowing down to me and filling on my chest right there at the freaking, bro. It was the craziest stuff. And I talked about this with Matthew C. Horn. Shout out to him. Go check out his channel. But I told him that. So I'm not even that tall of a guy. Those guys was literally standing there. I'm sitting there like, what the hell is she doing? Sitting there bowing down to me for? And she feeling on my physique and feeling on my body and saying, oh, you see what I'm saying? Is basically praising me in front of, you see what I mean? And then on top of that, she was there with a guy that she went off and left at the bar that was buying her a drink at the point in time when she came out the bathroom and saw me right there because I was waiting in line. So man, like I'm telling you, bro, and that's not just to brag. I'm just telling you guys, like, you got to have experiences. So even in the midst of, you can't keep looking at tall guys as being the enemy and be like, oh man, if he here, they just gonna be. Even if you see girls checking them out or the girl that you want checking them out, you don't worry about that. Remember, you appreciate what you bring to the table. You build what you got to the table. You be focused on who you are. So you're not worried about what another man. When other select men, you understand that there are other select men around. Shout out to Ron Wills for the term. When you understand that there are other attractive men around, you understand that it's gonna be guys that are taller than you. It's gonna be other guys that might be more attractive than you and stuff like that. But you got to remember that your own experiences, that you have your own pool. That's why you got to develop your own magnetic pool. You see what I mean?
Exactly, and he said nothing but facts. Because shout out to Williams. I'm gonna react to his channel too because he knows how to break it down in such a way that helps all men across all facets. Like when he just said find your tribe, it makes so much sense because every guy's body and physique, once you get to your prime physique, is going to be different. Based off that is who, they choose you, they choosing you. And based off who's choosing you at your prime, and they're at their prime, that's who's for you basically. You can chase whoever you want to chase, but you're going to keep chasing for a reason. They're running. But the opposite is supposed to happen when it comes to a man and a woman. She's supposed to be chasing you, appreciating you. And if that doesn't mean that you disrespect nobody because she's supposed to be appreciating you, her purpose is to find the man she truly wants and desires, while the man's purpose is to be doing his purpose. Whatever his shit is, he's aligned with his purpose and she's aligned with finding him, right? And they align making children and they recreate that same process. And of course, the purpose that the man is reaching is productive for society and is not destroying society, right? You're not out here killing people, So when a guy has a productive purpose at hand and he's fully locked in and she's fully locked into him, that unites together and makes a great family, right? So so you see how I'm speaking, but yet most may come here for the quote unquote body game or how to pull girls and stuff like that. But it's like, way bigger than that. It's really about creating the best ecosystem of families that you can possibly create on this plane, on this existence. I mean, because we are living a human existence at the end of the day. A human, we're living a human experience, right? So if you know, you know, right? So everything you said was 1,000% facts. If you play the game the right way, you win the game. But if you don't want to play the game, don't play it. Just understand that it's a game in itself.
That's why you build your own gravitational force, your own aura. So when you have a strong base form, okay, even with these guys around, you can appreciate the fact that they got aura, they have women coming around, and you got guys in the vicinity that's having aura and having women come over there and gravitate toward them as well. But you're not worried about it. You're not letting it offend you. You're not letting it bother you. Don't matter who it is. It could be a celebrity and none of that stuff. You got to be that strong within yourself. It's not delusion, but say, oh man, you can't worry about it. You're not gonna get the woman over 6'8". Nobody said I can get women over 6'8" the grade. I'm not trying to compete with 6'8" the grade. That's the problem. That's the whole thing. If men would stop worrying about other men, you'll be okay. I'm telling you, this is what I had to do when I made my transformation, when I made my transition, because I kept worrying about these tall guys, I kept worrying about these other attractive men being in the building, but I was like, dang, like, or like, especially around the time when I didn't even make the transformation, I was consistently worrying about other guys that I feel like could take the women, and I had a hard time dealing with the guys that look like they played basketball players and stuff like that in college and stuff like that. So that was one of my main enemies. But I ended up going toward. I mean, I ended up competing with them, and I ended up seeing, okay, yeah, man, yeah, women will check me out, even with those guys around. You see what I mean? So as that those experiences kept compiling, then I was like, okay, yeah, yeah, maybe I don't have to worry about them as much. Maybe I don't have to. You see what I mean? It starts to die down, and then when you start to laser focus on yourself and be more appreciative of what you bring to the table, that's what I'm trying to get to you guys. Like, this is the mental mindset you got to have, because you got to understand. It's almost like,
Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We
We're trying to
we
get
probably
advice
gonna
for
end
the
it
younger
there anyway.
generation.
But I want to see what he's finished
have a
saying
lot
after
of
this
money, and
part.
he be like, okay, yeah, but it's always gonna be somebody that got more money than you. It's always gonna be somebody that's more successful than you. It's always gonna be somebody that's more
Yep,
fitter than
don't
you.
yep.
It's always gonna be
It
somebody
shouldn't
that's more
compare.
attractive than you. And if you were a content creator, it's always gonna be somebody that have more views than you. It's always gonna have it's always gonna be somebody that has a higher level of what you got. But are you gonna sit there and worry about it, or are you gonna focus on your own mission? Are you better than the person you was before? Because then when you make it like that, comparison is a thief of joy. You see what I mean? Stop comparing yourself and just focus on what you can get. Even if I don't give a damn if you go in a building and all the women in there go and talk to that tall guy, you're still comfortable within yourself. You still have your own aura. You don't let that bother you, because you can go in another environment and maybe this environment is catered to that. You don't hate on that man, but okay, cool. Yeah, you notice that you look at it, okay, I see what's up. This is what these girls like. You don't worry about women that don't find you attractive, because you've had these um and not to say that they don't find you attractive at all, but they're not making passes at you like they're making passes at this guy. But you're not worrying about that because you have your own experiences to prove an environment of women that validate the fact that you are attractive, even at your height. And stop worrying about, okay, this guy is he's tall, and looking at all these King 68 videos, man, it's over for me. You're 6'8". Be like one of those guys in there with no profile picture under his comment section saying, you're 6'8", bro. You can do what you want. Oh, first mission, be 6'8". My thing is, stop worrying about who's what freaking height. Focus on you. That's all you do. I'm telling you guys. And I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds like, oh, he's coping, bro, man. And bro, man, tall guy wins. Bro, stop being like, I'm telling you, when you focus on yourself, you just don't care. You don't care about who's around. You don't give a damn who's around, because you are comfortable within yourself. You have your own aura. You got your own gravitational pull. You gonna have women find you attractive, even with those guys there. Even if it's celebrities in the building, you gonna have women that still find you attractive. They be like, "Oh, she always gonna go for that celebrity." She gonna. Am I worried about it? The thing is, you guys give too much of a. I don't give a fuck. I can come there with a girl. She can go off with a celebrity and or leave me if 6'8" there, 8 great come in there and she walks out with him. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. Why? Because I can go somewhere and get another girl, and I can always get another woman. It doesn't matter. I'm not focused just solely on just one woman. If she want to go, let her go. You appreciate the fact, okay, she finds him more attractive. That's fine. You're not worried about that, because you know you're an attractive man. Period. You know that you developed yourself, period. And you can always go out and hunt. See, when you're a hunter and you have a gravitational pull, when you have aura within yourself, you don't worry about another man's aura. If a woman wants to go and gravitate towards him, oh, he's just colder than me, he's just this and that. Okay, that's fine. If she want to go off, she can go off if she wants to. You could always go and pull again. That's what having the abundance means. That's part of the game. Some women gonna choose. Like they say, oh, it's never yours. It's just your turn. Y'all got to operate like that under every situation. You don't sit there and take offense to a woman I find you attractive.
I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. But that's a major fact that when you understand the law of abundance, right? Well, the law of attraction and abundance itself, that the world is your oyster. Literally everything is yours. So just take advantage of that and understand. That don't mean be disrespectful. That don't mean you start smacking motherfucking babies and shit out of here. But it means that you are more than what you think you are.